Well, this right here is why people hate social justice. It's not about the message. It's not even about the fact that there is very little demand for it. It's the lack of freedom. It's the fact that you cannot have social justice without censorship. And even Kotaku says it. Having freedom went about as well as you might expect with players. So today, Epic has taken action. Epic has decided to censor. Epic has decided to ban. Because it's not about persuading people, it's about imposing people. It's about controlling people. Imposing your will onto people. So any person with a brain would realize that what Fortnite did was a terrible idea. They decided to have this event where people would go around and they would learn about America's past and they would try to push social justice. And apparently this was done between a partnership with Epic Games and Cancer Magazine. So this is not what the players wanted. It's not that the players got around and said, hey, you know what we need in our game? Yeah, we need to learn about Martin Luther King. It's pretty much like going to Chuck E. Cheese and learning about Martin Luther King. Like, my opinion is that there is a place for everything. And this is a teach-if. I mean, I don't think like when you go in order to learn about Martin Luther King, this is the loading screen that people expect to see, warning you about headshots doing more damage. Because this video game is about shooting people. It's a first-person shooter. That's what this video game is about. Martin Luther King has nothing to do in a first-person shooter. Unless you want to recreate the final moments. And I don't think this is what they're going with. And I don't think this is what they're trying to do. So yeah, I mean, I guess you can see Rick Sanchez and Xenomorphs and everyone getting educated about civil rights in this game right now. And of course, you know, the players are fed up. Because this is like, while the partnership has inspired many discussions about meeting the youth where they're at. Again, I said in this previous video, right? When I was a kid at kindergarten, it was the same idea that the state, through the teacher, had to indoctrinate kids about the glory of socialism and why socialism is so great. And I don't remember what the teachers told me, but I do remember hating socialism with a passion. Why? Because I wanted to play with the Legos. I wanted to play with the Legos, but I had to stop playing with the Legos in order to get around and listen about the teacher rambling about socialism at an age that I really didn't understand politics. I just wanted to play the video game. Well, play with the Legos. But you get the idea. So, there's a time and a place for everything. And I mentioned in the previous video as well. Last time they did something like this. Last time they got BLM activists to lecture Fortnite players. People started throwing with tomatoes at them. And this freaked people out because it's like, well, how can we cancel kids? They have no job. What can we do? Like, some of them aren't even in school. How can we cancel them? What is the alternative? There wasn't any. And even Kotaku, right? Even Kotaku is saying that there is no denying that the whole thing is a little weird. Yeah, no fucking shit. The whole thing is a little weird. Yeah. And there's a lot of individuals on Twitter, people of color, mind you, which are also saying that this is ridiculous. Like, what they're doing here is not appropriate. You don't turn Martin Luther King into a DLC icon, into a marketable little product that you can use as your company brand. It's not okay. All of this was made even weirder by the fact that players could attend this event and listen to the famous I Have a Dream speech while dressed as Batman, a stormtrooper, or any other hundreds of the Fortnite skin. All while doing various dances and emotes. I really hope, by the way, that they're not going to also have another week dedicated to the Holocaust. Because I would have to spend a lot of time gathering footage to show you on this channel just how bad the Fortnite players can be. I mean, before they even do it, I can tell you it's a bad idea. This led to a situation where players dressed as Rick Sanchez were dancing around in the virtual DC Lincoln Memorial reflecting pool while Martin Luther King Jr.'s speech played in the background. So today, in response, Epic has now disabled all emotes during the March Through Time experience. Of course, because, it's like a church. It's like when kids go to church, they can't dance, they can't smile. They need to be serious because you're in church. Behave, little Billy. This is not the place. Little Billy probably doesn't understand. Little Billy is probably going to play less Fortnite if you keep doing this shit. The only exception are the 8 emotes. A sitting and protesting emote, among others. Yes, it's like you're allowed to have freedom, but only for the emotes approved by the corporation. It should be noted that Epic actually disabled some toxic emotes, including the ability to toss tomatoes. So it seems publisher was aware that players using emotes distastefully. Distastefully to whom? I mean, the players are the ones that are doing this. But I guess democracy is bad in social justice land. Like, here's the thing. If you have a free nation, if you generally want a free nation, if you want a democracy, you're going to have some people that disagree even on things that you don't think should have disagreement. I mean, in the United States, 20 years ago, the idea that people can be atheists and have LGBT marches like that was considered incredibly radical. And, people would definitely not appreciate that. But because it was a democracy, those people were allowed to exist. Now it seems that the history has reached perfection and everything needs to stop. No more democracy, just uniformity. Healing, as they like to say, but not healing as in getting more health points. Healing as in a dog heal, So, yeah, I mean, yesterday, the CEO, Tim Sweeney, claimed that the studio built this even using everything learned from the We the People event. No, you learned jack shit from We the People event. What you should have learned is that players don't want to play this game in order to get this. Alright? Like, this is inappropriate in your game. This is appropriate for other games, but not this game. Let's see what the comments are. Did they also disable shooting? Because I already made this joke, damn it. People talking about the loading screen. Just disable the entire thing. Tone deaf, culture destroying assholes. The King Center does not license Dr. King intellectual property and therefore was not involved in any of the decisions concerning the endeavor with Time and PlayStation 4. Oh, so even like the King Center does not agree with this. Incredibly stupid. So, okay, look. We're going on Kotaku, a very progressive website, and we're looking at the comment section. Literally, everyone in the world is telling you that this is stupid. This is beyond stupid. Like, everyone from the left, everyone from the right is telling you that this is dumb. Why are you doing this? Well, what is the purpose of this Time magazine? What are you trying to accomplish? Because you're accomplishing exactly the opposite. But I guess like the person in sales from Time magazine, which thought that this is a brilliant take, is being congratulated right now and receiving pats on the backs. You know what? I genuinely want this to keep going. I'm curious what other historical event, what other social justice event they're going to have next. Because you never know how these Fortnite players react, huh? Because one thing is for sure on the internet, when you try to censor people, especially gamers, especially young gamers with a lot of time on their hand, they're going to find some really interesting and creative ways to go around that censorship. Because at this point, they got what they wanted, a reaction. You reacted to them. So they're probably going to want more reactions because they think it's funny. And to be honest, maybe it is. I'll see what you guys have to say in the comment section, and I'll meet you there. Take care.